Good morning, students. I hope you all are good. So today we are going to start chapter number 3, that is current electricity. So today we will discuss what is conductor, what is insulator, what is cell, what is battery, what is electric potential, what is potential difference, and concept of free electrons and electric current, etc. Okay, so first of all, what is conductor? If I say define conductor, then how you will define? So conductor, if you want to define conductor, you may define those substances having very less resistance is known as conductor. For examples, copper, aluminium, silver, etc. These all are the examples of conductors. Okay. And if I say what is insulator, then you may define those substances having very high resistance is known as insulator. Examples: wood, plastic, rubber, etc. These all are the examples of insulators. Okay. So, okay. If I ask, what is this? This is cell or battery? Many of you will say this is battery. Many of you will say this is cell. So listen. If single is there, that is called cell. Okay? And if you combine two cell, then that is called battery. It means combination of cell is known as battery. Understood? So if you go market and if you want to purchase, say, cell, because you are taking single or double, so they are not in combined form. So you have to say, kindly give me one cell. This is of 1.5 volt. This is of 1.5 volt. There is two terminal of the battery cell. That is, first one is positive terminal and second one is negative terminal. Okay, positive terminal, you may see here, here is positive symbol plus, here is minus, that is negative. Positive terminal is at high potential and negative terminal, that is minus, negative terminal is at low potential. Okay, and the SI unit of potential is volt. Okay, so this is the cell of 1.5 volt. This is the cell of 1.5 volt. Okay, so your next topic is electric potential. What is electric potential? Electric potential is an electric level at any point. Electric potential is an electric level at any point. Okay, and its SI unit is volt. Okay, if I say what is potential difference, what is potential difference, then how you will define? The difference between the value of potential at two point is known as potential difference. The difference between two different points of potential is known as potential difference, and SI unit of potential difference is again volt. What do you mean by difference? Difference means what? Just a second. Okay. If I say this is cell, right? So if you want to draw the symbol of the cell, then how you will draw? This, like this. This is negative terminal, this is positive terminal. So this is at high level, high potential, and this is at low potential. Okay? This is single cell. Here is only one cell. And if you want to draw the symbol of battery, then in that case, now see, one cell, second cell. In this symbol, there is two cells, cell 1 and cell 2. So now this is called battery. Okay? So this is of 1.5 volt, this is of 1.5 volt, and this is again 1.5 volt. So now this is 1.5 plus 1.5, that is 3 volt battery. This is 3 volt battery. Okay? So potential difference means what? See, this is the conductor. This is conductor A, this is conductor B. This is positively charged, this is negatively charged. Okay? That's why I have written it plus and minus. So of course this is at high potential and this is at low potential. So if you connect these two conductors with the help of a wire, conducting wire, in that case current will flow. Current will flow from high potential to low potential. But electrons flow opposite to the direction of current. Opposite from the direction of current. Current is flowing. The conventional direction of electrons is from negative to positive. But the current flows from positive, that is high potential, to low potential. The direction of current is like in this direction, and the direction of electrons is in this direction. Okay? This, and after some time, when potential of both the conductor becomes equal, then there will be no any current flow. For example, say this is 10 volt, say this is 0 volt. Here is potential difference of 10 volt minus 0 volt, that is 10 volt. This is at high potential, this is at low potential. Current will flow, its value will decrease. Sometimes it may be 8 volt. Now this may be 2 volt, 6 volt, 4 volt. Current will still flow. If it become 5 volt, and if it become 5 volt, 5 volt, there is no any potential difference. 5 minus 5, that is 0 volt. So in this case, current will not flow. Understood? So I hope you have understood what is electric potential, what is potential difference. Okay? Now potential difference of a cell. Potential difference, this is a cell. Potential difference of a cell means what? The PD means potential difference. The potential difference between the positive and negative terminals of a cell is the potential difference of the cell. The potential difference between positive terminal and negative terminal of the cell is known as potential difference of a cell. Okay? The potential difference is caused by chemical reaction occurring inside the cell. So from where this potential difference came? In the battery, due to the chemical reaction inside the cell. Okay? Due to this potential difference, current flows through conductor. due to potential, I have already explained you, due to the potential difference only current can flow. Understood? Okay. So next, potential difference between 2 points. Potential difference between 2 points. How you will define potential difference between 2 points? Then you may define the work done to carry a unit positive charge from point A to point B. Say this is point A and this is point B. Here is unit positive charge, that is 1 plus 1 unit positive charge. Say at point A there is 1 unit positive charge. Okay. So if you want to define potential difference between 2 points, then the amount of work done to move a unit positive charge from point A to point B is known as electric potential difference between 2 points, and it is given by potential difference 2 points is given by work done upon charge transfer. Potential difference between 2 points, that is V, is equal to work done W, charge transfer, that is Q. Okay. So if you want to define 1 volt potential difference, then at the place of work you have to write 1 joule, because the SI unit of work is joule, and Q is the charge. The SI unit of charge is, that is coulomb, 1 coulomb. So if 1 joule work is done to move 1 coulomb charge from point A to B, is known as 1 volt potential difference. 1 volt potential difference means if 1 joule work is done to move 1 coulomb charge from point A to point B, then we can say 1 volt. Okay. If 1 joule work is done to move 1 coulomb of charge. If 1 joule of work is done to move 1 coulomb charge from point A to B, is known as 1 volt. Okay. So very small units of PD, that is potential difference, and large unit of PD, that is large unit of potential difference. So very small unit of potential difference is first one millivolt. 1 millivolt is equal to 10 raised to minus 3 volt, and 1 microvolt, that is milli-am, small m, capital V, and 1 microvolt, like this, microvolt. 1 microvolt is equal to 10 raised to minus 6 volt. Understood? And if I say which one is greater in these two, which one is greater? Then this one, 1 millivolt is greater than 1 microvolt. Understood? This one is greater. A large unit of potential difference is 1 kilovolt. 1 kilovolt is equal to 10 raised to 3 volt. Understood? And 1 megavolt is equal to 10 raised to 6 volt. Obviously this one is greater. In this case 1 megavolt is greater than 1 kilovolt. Understood? Now next concept is free electrons. What is free electrons? So if you want to define free electrons, then take one examples of aluminium. Aluminium, this represent atomic number and this represent atomic mass number. Atomic numbers means number of protons present in the in the atom or in the nucleus is known as atomic number. What is atomic mass number? Atomic mass number means the sum of number of protons plus neutrons gets atomic mass number. Okay. So concept of free electrons. Aluminium having atomic number 13. Then if you want to write electronic configuration of aluminium, then you can write in first orbit there is 2 electrons, second orbit there is 8 electrons, and in third orbit there is 3 electrons. You will study this in standard 10 in detail. Okay. So meanwhile you remember this. In first orbit there is 2 electrons, in second orbit there is 8 electrons, in third orbit there is 3 electrons. So this is the aluminium atom. This is nucleus of aluminium atoms. In the nucleus there is protons plus neutrons. This is first orbit. Understood? In first orbit there is how many electrons? 2 electrons. 1, 2. Protons is positive charge, neutrons is neutral. There is no any charge on neutron. First orbit is represented by capital letter K, and for K first orbit n is equal to 1. This is second orbit in which there are 8 electrons. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is represented by K, capital L, and for L n is equal to 2. And third orbit is, in third orbit there is 3 electrons. 1, 2, 3. For third orbit KL, capital M, and for M n is equal to 3. Understood? Then free electrons means the outermost electrons of any metallic atom. Aluminium is metal, right? So outermost orbit, this is the outermost orbit, and this is the electrons 1, 2, 3. These electrons are loosely bonded from the nucleus, because in case of metal, electrons are free. If you give a little bit potential, if you apply potential difference, then these free electrons can escape from this orbit, and they become free. So outermost orbit of a metal is known as free electrons. They are loosely bonded from the nucleus, but in case of non-metal, they are tightly bonded. They if you apply a potential difference in insulator, then outermost orbit will not free after applying a potential difference. That's why in case of insulator there is very, very less free electrons. Understood? So free electrons, every atom of metallic conductor has one or more outermost electrons. In this case there are 3 electrons, outermost electrons there are 1, 2, 3. Understood? Which are very weakly bonded to the nucleus. These all are very weakly bonded through the nucleus. These are called free electrons. Okay? Now next concept is current flowing through a wire. Current flowing through a wire. Say this is a conductor, conducting wire, that is, it may be of aluminium, copper, okay. So in this case, for the understanding purpose, I have taken this thick wire, okay. Here there is no any potential difference applied across two terminals. Say this is terminal number 1, this is terminal number 2. If there is no any potential difference applied in any metallic conductor, in that case, say this is free electrons. This is electron E minus, this is free electrons. If there is no any potential difference applied across the terminal, in that case, these all are in random direction. It may coming this side, this may coming that side, the direction of this electron this side, maybe this side. There is random motion. There is no any particular direction. When there is no any potential difference is applied across the terminal, all electrons they are moving randomly at room temperature. But if you apply a potential difference, this is battery or cell. If you take one, then it will be cell, okay. This is plus, this is minus. If you apply a potential difference across the conductor, in that case, see, this is positive terminal, electrons, they are negative in nature. Then now this electrons will move in this direction, because positive terminal will attract electrons and its direction will be this, in this direction. They are moving in this direction. Now they will move in this direction. At room temperature they were moving in this direction, but after applying a potential difference they will move in this direction. Again this will move in this direction. So electrons will move in this direction, okay. This is the direction of electrons, but current will flow opposite to the direction of the conventional direction of current is opposite to the direction of electrons. See, electrons is moving in this direction, but current will flow in this direction. Current is I. Current is represented by capital I, okay. So current will be, this is the direction of current, but this is the direction of electrons, and this is the direction of current, because electrons and current both moves opposite to each other, okay. So this is the case of when potential difference is applied across the conductor. In that case, all the electrons will move in particular one direction. This is positive terminal. So all the electrons will be attracted towards the positive terminal. Understood? But the direction of current will be in this direction. Okay? Electric current. How you will define electric current? Then if you want to define electric current, then you may define charge transfer per unit time from any cross section of conductor. Any cross section of conductor means what? See, this is the marker, right? If you cut from here, then this is called cross section, okay? This is called cross section. Then charge transfer per unit time from any cross section of conductor is known as electric current, okay. Per unit time, it means in unit time how many charge is passing through this cross section. in unit time how many charge is passing through this cross section is known as electric current. So mathematically current I is equal to, I is the current, is equal to charge transfer. Charge is Q. Charge is represented by Q in unit time, that is time t. Therefore I is equal to Q upon T, right? The SI unit of current is ampere, ampere A, and the SI unit of SI unit of current, SI unit is ampere. SI unit is ampere. The SI unit of current is ampere, and SI unit of charge is coulomb. That is C, capital C, that is coulomb. Time is second. So we measure electric current in ampere, we measure charge in coulomb. The SI unit of time is second. Okay. So if you want to define 1 ampere current, then you may define if 1 coulomb is charge, if 1 coulomb charge is passing in 1 second, through any cross section. If 1 coulomb is charged, say this is any cross section. So in this particular cross section, if 1 coulomb from here, 1 coulomb is charge is passing in 1 second, then it is called 1 ampere, right? If 1 coulomb charge is passing in 1 second through this cross section, then it is called 1 ampere current. Okay. So in next lecture we will continue what is Ohm's law and concept of resistivity, electric circuit, etc. So your homework is, I will give you the homework. Your homework is important. What is importance of electricity? Your homework is what is the importance of electricity. Okay. You send me on my WhatsApp number. Okay. Till then, have a nice day. Thank you.